Good morning, Anita Long here, energy healer and teacher, and thank you for joining me for this week's episode of Energy Healing Live. Unfortunately, I'm not coming to you live this morning. I had a little glitchiness happening on Facebook this morning, so I had to re-record this week's session. So hopefully those of you who are not able to join live can enjoy this one. So what I'd like to talk about this morning is distance healing. Last week we talked about what an energy healing session looks like in person, and this week I'd like to talk about what it looks like at a distance. So first, why would you want to do a distance healing session versus coming in person? So first of all, for those of you who do not live in the area, distance healing goes anywhere, just like our cell phones and the internet works in just the same way. It just travels on energy currents instead of radio waves. Also, with COVID going on right now, some of you may not be feeling safe about coming out and being in places in person, and that's fine too. I do take all the precautions in the space. I wear a mask. Everyone in the space wears a mask. The sheets are changed every week. So we do take all the precautions necessary, but, nonetheless, some of you may prefer not to come in person for COVID reasons. So distance healing works just as well, just the same way. It's all energy and it can go anywhere. It's just like when you pray for someone, you don't have to be in that person's physical space to pray for them. And it's the same with energy healing. So what a session would look like is we probably would start on the phone or on Zoom and, kind of do our opening, find out what it is that you want to focus on for this session, whether it be something physical pain, something emotional, mental, spiritual, whatever it is. It's, as always, it's your session. So whatever seems to be coming up for you at that time, we can certainly work on. So we would talk a little bit about what the focus of the session would be. And then you would basically just find a comfortable place in your home. You could lay in your bed or on the couch or sit in your favorite chair, just someplace where you could be uninterrupted for about an hour or so. I know for some of you that is challenging. If you have young children or, a house full of teenagers or something, sometimes it's hard. Dogs, sometimes it's hard to find a quiet, peaceful space. And it's okay if there's interruptions. It's not gonna ruin anything, other than maybe disrupt your peace for a second, but it's absolutely fine. If your child walks in or your husband doesn't realize you're on the session and opens the door, or, your roommate, whatever. So that really is okay. So basically you would just get in a comfortable position. And what I do during the distance healing is I imagine you on the massage table as if we were working in person. So I would place my hands in the exact same places I would do as if you were right in front of me. And that just helps me hold the intention onto the space. And with energy healing, also, the energy goes where it needs to go. For example, in a Reiki session, we have certain places where we place our hand on the body. So on your head and your throat chakra and your heart and your joints, your shoulders, your hips, your knees. But regardless, the energy goes where it needs to go. To whatever part of you needs the healing, the energy will go there. So we would go through the healing session. I like to have a line of communication still open during the session. So whether it's on Zoom or a phone call, we don't have to be, holding on to the phone, and we don't have to be, looking into the Zoom camera. But often, there needs to be a little bit of communication. For example, with the natural alignment, I was working on a young girl last week who had knee pain. She's a soccer player and was having knee pain. And sometimes when I'm working on an area where there's pain, the pain will move. And so then we'll go to the new area where the pain is until the pain moves out of the body. So it's important that, you be able to offer me feedback as to how things are going, or that I'll be able to ask you some questions. And then, just have some nice music on, maybe a candle, whatever kind of puts you in that space to be able to receive. That's the beautiful thing about energy healing sessions, is that it is the one thing that you can do for yourself where you're just receiving. You don't have to do anything. You just lay there and feel the love being poured into you and receive the healing. So that's the really beautiful thing. So if you are interested in scheduling a distance healing session, this would be a great time to do it. You can actually reach out to me via email at anita@cultivateyourhealing.com. The booking online is more for my in-person clients. So if you would like to schedule a distance healing session, of course, that's a little more flexible since neither one of us have to leave the house. So if you'd like to book an appointment, you can send me an email and I would be happy to set that up for you. So thank you again for joining me this morning. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. And starting next week, what I'll be doing is going through each of the modalities that I offer and just giving an overview of the modalities. So next week, we'll dive a little bit into Reiki and talk a little more about what exactly Reiki energy is and how that works. So thank you again for joining me, and I'm sending you peace. Thank you again. Bye.